All right, I'm going to show you how to draw lips in this video. These are some examples of lips. Obviously lots of different things happen if they're open. I'm just going to draw a pair of lips that's kind of like this. So the first line I draw is this crease right here. Okay, that's just how I do it. If you find drawing the top works better for you or the bottom, that's fine, but I start with this crease right here. So it's kind of a wavy line, like that. The things that I see wrong a lot are this. Okay, that's too much like a mountain or a volcano. Or like this, that's just too straight and angular. Okay, just remember we're drawing light and it's just kind of a wavy line. So I want you to draw those all over your paper. Okay, then the next line I do, I copy that same line and I do it up above. And then have them meet in the corners. Okay, so if it looks like a bunch of mustaches floating on your paper right now, that is a good sign. Okay, now the bottom lip, the thing I see wrong on that one is people just do a big U shape and they make it way too big, okay? It needs to taper first, like be skinny, and then swoop down, and then get skinny again. It doesn't necessarily, it's not way bigger than the top lip. Usually they're equal or it's slightly bigger, okay? Now I'm gonna practice my smooth shading right over the top of that. Remember, I'm not covering the whole area at once. I'll get streaky shading that way, streaky and sloppy. I'm just doing a small area at a time, little circles, and I'm gradually covering the whole area right over the top of the lips and the surrounding skin around it. Okay, then if you look at the profile of the face from the side, here's a nose, here's our lips, here's our chin, okay? Light is usually coming from up above. So what that means is the top lip is usually in a bit of shadow because it's coming back into our face. The bottom lip is sticking out. Light usually hits the bottom lip. So what that means is our top lip is generally just a slight shade darker than our bottom lip. So I'm going to start by shading this top lip, and I'm going to start in the corner. I'm going to use the side of my pencil and I'm going to darken the corner a bit. And then I'm just going to shade this top lip a tiny bit darker than my bottom lip. I'm going to get it darker in the corner here. Okay. Now I'm going to darken the crease between the lips. I'm not just drawing a hard outline here. What I'm doing is I'm redrawing this outline, but I'm like shading it. I'm shading this crease between the lips so it gets a little bit darker. And I'm fading it down and fading it up above. See what nice smooth shading that I have there. Okay, and then the bottom lip, I'm going to shade the corner as well, and maybe shade a little bit along the bottom edge. Okay, so that's a start on the lips. What's really going to make the lips look three-dimensional are all these shadows around the lips. So if we look at this one right here, we have a lip dip, we have kind of dimples where the lips touch the cheeks, and we have a shadow underneath the lips. They're just as important as shading the lips themselves. That's what's going to make it look three-dimensional. So the little dimples on the side of the lips, I just very gently, very carefully shade a little blob on the corners. Okay, it doesn't have much shape to it. It's not a line. It's not a dot. It's just a little shaded area. Okay, the shadow underneath the lips, I get it pretty dark and crisp right there, centered underneath the lip. And then I kind of fade that out. The fading is the hardest part. So just go very gently. Okay, and then the lip dip, I'll draw it real fast so you see what it looks like. It's two lines that are angled inward. And they never quite meet to a triangle, and they don't ever touch the points of the lip, but they're right above the points of the lip. Okay, and so I may lightly put those in. But you just want to shade the inner corner of one of them, the inner side, and then the outer side of another one of them. So you can get kind of a three-dimensional look that way. Okay. All right, now we're ready for some highlighting. Just kind of filling in this top lip a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to use the crisp edge. This one doesn't have an eraser on it, but if you have a pencil with a crisp eraser on it, you can use the crisp edge of it, or you can use a kneaded eraser that's pointed. There's going to be a light highlight right on the top edge of the lip, separating the lip from the lip dip. You can even highlight your lip dip if it needs it. So those two lines right there. The bottom lip, it's going to be just a highlight right in the middle. And then the top lip may be lightened a little bit in the middle as well. Okay. And then if your highlights don't stand out, that means you don't have things dark enough for them to do anything. So if your highlights aren't standing out when you erase, just shade the whole thing down a little bit and then re-highlight. And then I find a lot of students, they need to go back and darken some things. Okay, it's good to be careful in the beginning, but you do want things to be darker, so like the corners of the lips or the crease. Okay. And then the last option you have is adding that wrinkly, creasy texture. So see how this lip has all these kind of creases and wrinkles in it? It's hard to pull off. If you do it too much, it ends up looking like the person has their mouth stitched shut like that. But you can pull it off. It does add a little bit of texture. So I just very, 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 very lightly with my pencil add some lines. It's almost not like even drawing lines, it's almost just shading very lightly some lines. So you can practice or experiment with adding that crease texture, but if you feel it always messes up your nice shaded lips, you don't have to do them. It's kind of like eyelashes with eyes. If you find it's just always messes it up, just don't worry about them. Okay, but they can add another layer of realism. And then you can highlight between the creases if you want them to stand out even more. Okay, and that is the lip shading demo. All done.